Streaming giants are also betting big on sports. Google entering the field this season with NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. The service allows fans from across the U.S. to access all out-of-market games. With more, we're joined by Yahoo Finance's Josh Schaefer and Ali Canal to talk us through what the streamers are looking for. So, Ali, I'll start with you. Always this is obviously very lucrative, and these are hotly contested contracts. What do we need to know?
Well, I think we're seeing this transition to streaming even with the home opener tonight, right? I mean, it's technically considered a Sunday night football game on the schedule since it is the season opener, and that is going to be aired on NBC, but also simultaneously on Peacock. And we're seeing more and more that it's not just these simulcasts, but also more streamers that will be airing these games exclusively. Later in the season, we'll have exclusive streaming games on Peacock, ESPN Plus, and Amazon. This has been a big push from NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. He's been very focused on making sure that the reach of the NFL can get to as many people as possible. So while the NFL has been very focused on eyeballs, these streaming giants really want to increase engagement and that stickiness on the platform. And it's not just with the NFL. I think sports at large has been a big focus point. We heard David Zaslav, the CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery. He's consistently teased a live sports element on the Max platform. Bloomberg is reporting that will be free to Max subscribers in the next few months. And then come February, March, on the heels of March Madness, you're going to have to pay up for that. But live sports, live news, that creates a stickiness that I think all of these streaming giants really want, especially as competition escalates. And on top of that, you have the Hollywood writer's strike. So you're not having any scripted content. So live sports, that could be considered some of the best reality TV you can find.
But Josh, they're being judicious about the costs here too.
Yeah, no, they are. And I think that's something that sort of comes to mind here when you think about who was initially in play for this NFL Sunday Ticket deal. And it's not fully out there exactly what happened, but there was a long period of time where people thought Apple was going to have NFL Sunday Ticket that Alphabet now has with YouTube TV. And it seemed like from some reporting that was out there on the discussions, part of what happened was Apple didn't necessarily want the deal that the NFL provides because the NFL doesn't provide all access, right? The NFL is very protective over their media rights, and Apple is normally not like that. Apple likes to control everything, and they like to control the content. And so you see a little bit of a difference there between how Apple, which is used to dominating its tech space and dominating its space, versus how the NFL operates, I found interesting. And also just $2 billion is a massive deal, even if you are Alphabet or Apple. Yes, they make a lot of money, but that is a big investment.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to see some of these tech companies think, okay, I want to get in. I want to see what it's like. I want to do it. But do I want to spend $2 billion? I don't know. I mean, we're only a year into the Amazon deal, right? So it's probably too early to tell how that $1 billion for one game a week is really working out.
Is the NFL so protective over media rights because of all of the different types of productions that they envision being able to monetize? You think about the different documentaries that have come out. Quarterbacks was very successful for Netflix. And so now they're looking across the broader spectrum of what could be produced and how they could specifically line up different distributors for that.
To me, the one thing the NFL has been great at amid this media rush we have seen is they stay across different platforms. So you don't get pigeonholed into one platform and then get dictated by how that platform wants to make content, and also only be on one platform so you can only be seen by their subscribers. What if the service isn't that great, right? Or they end up having problems. The NFL has gone wide, and the NFL has really shown no interest in not going wide, right? They're on ESPN, they're on CBS, they're on Fox, they're on NBC, they're now on Amazon. That's clearly intentional by Roger Goodell and the NFL to be on multiple networks and not merge with, say, ESPN, like some of the leagues have reportedly been interested in talking with ESPN and Bob Iger and Disney, right? That doesn't seem like it's been the NFL strategy. They sort of want to go wide, Allie, and expose themselves to more streamers.
Right, which can get confusing if you're a consumer, especially as someone like me who loves the NFL, but sometimes it can get tricky to know which network, which streaming service now is airing what. But, when we were talking about how expensive these rights are, I also also think a big sticking point that's convincing a lot of these tech giants to get on board and spend those high amounts is the fact that they can advertise and monetize in that way. Because at the end of the day, the NFL commands a lot of viewers. If you take a look at the Nielsen top 100 most watched TV broadcasts of last year, 88 were NFL games, 23 of the top 25. So this is a behemoth that really attracts so many people, and that's very appealing to advertisers, and therefore it can command a lot of money.
And the other thing with that, too, that's been interesting that I think a lot of the street analysts point to is getting people in the ecosystem. Like the Amazon play for a lot of people, they'll say, has never been about getting more people on Prime Video necessarily. It's about getting people to use Amazon Prime, right? They want you to go on to be an Amazon Prime subscriber,
and shop some,
and then shop for something.
gear.
How are they going to How are they going to push Amazon
Right.
Prime ads on those broadcasts? That's the Amazon play.
Well, they haven't got me yet. Alan and Josh, thanks so much for joining us to help us break this down. Go Birds, yes, 100%
I'll go Pats.
there. What? All right.
Get it out there.
Enemies.
Actually, we play
everything
you guys.
except football.
Ravens. Baltimore fan. Ravens out here. You bleed purple.
Remember the last time I watched I watched the Super Bowl last year.
There you go.
Eagles were in that.
Eagles were in that.
Honorary fan.
I didn't even remember that.
Well, Eagles Patriots. Guess we got a great matchup coming up to kick off the season here.